setting up your YouTube live. Come on. All right, I see you. Can you see me still?
You're frozen.
It was picking up the beginning. It was picking up. Nevertheless, we are here. We are here. And we are so excited to be with you all this afternoon, everybody. And welcome back to The Real with Rena. So, I'm so excited. All right, so let's get it started. I'm so glad that you all decided to join us today. We are walking into another real conversation with real people and real solutions. That's what the Real with Rena is all about, bringing practical conversation to the table that help us think through real life decisions. Today's conversation is one of many that a lot of us just don't think about when the real life happens. We work hard to purchase the home, maintain the home, and build something for our families. But the question is, if life happens, what happens to the home? So, do you hear echo?
No, I do not.
Okay, I just want to make sure. So today I'm excited to have Mr. Ernest Kittrell Jr. He's with us from the Blessed Insurance Group. Now we're going to talk about the mortgage protection, what it is, why does it even matter, and how families can be better prepared. Ernest, thank you so much for joining us today. But before we jump in, you have to tell everybody a little about yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. As Miss Branch says, my name is Ernest Kittrell Jr. I am the agent owner of Blessed Insurance Group. I am a 22-year veteran in this business. So I've seen a lot, and I have seen a lot where insurance and mortgage protection, uh, how it helps people, and the detriment of not having it in place or having that plan in place. So this is a very, very important conversation, very needed conversation for our communities. And I thank God for Miss Branch, and I'm honored to be here with you all today to share a little bit of what I do know about this business. I won't say that I know it all, but I can say that if I don't know, I will get the right answer for you before I tell you anything, just to tell you something, just to be telling you something. Okay.
Awesome, awesome. And how long have you been in insurance?
22 years in counting.
Oh, that's the same age as me. Oh, that's truly a blessing. So you have definitely seen a lot of tides of the turn in this industry, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Let's go ahead and get started with our questions because we know a lot of our people may be looking on their lunch, and we want to be mindful of that. So when people hear mortgage protection,
Mhm.
what does that actually mean? Because we hear a lot of terms with mortgage this, mortgage that, but mortgage protection, what is that?
Well, what mortgage protection does, it's a insurance policy that specifically protects the family that has a mortgage.
Okay.
Okay. It what it does is, if something were to happen to the income of the family, be it a critical illness, be it a terminal illness, a lot of mortgage protection or term life insurance, IULs, they all have their place. But mortgage protection, it does exactly what it says it does. It protects that mortgage, meaning if, like I said, if something were to happen to the homeowner, it
Mhm.
covers the mortgage
Wow.
if something happens. So
Okay.
very
Awesome.
important.
Now you said IUL, so I do not know what that is. Can you tell me what
Ah,
IU just, a little bit as to what it is?
well, with an IUL, it's an indexed universal life policy.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay.
Um,
Thank you. I was sitting there thinking like, I don't know that one. Yeah. So what's the difference then between mortgage protection,
mhm,
homeowners insurance, and
mhm.
regular life insurance?
Okay. Well, mortgage protection is somewhat the same thing as a term life policy.
Okay.
What a lot of people don't realize is they just basically put a name to it.
Okay.
It's a term life policy, but
Okay.
it again it protects the mortgage if something were to happen to the homeowner.
Okay.
Same thing with a term life policy. They basically do the same thing. Um, and both of those policies can have what we call living benefits, um, meaning critical illness,
Mhm.
chronic illness, terminal illness. Those riders can come in those policies that's an added protection to that mortgage
Okay.
or that
So,
term policy.
okay. So let me get this straight. So with mortgage protection, it's just specifically for the mortgage in the event something happens to the breadwinner or the contributor in the home,
Correct.
specifically for that purpose. Term life. Now, when you say term life, I know sometimes they attach a certain period of time to it. So whether it's 10 years, 20 years, whatever.
Mhm.
And then you have to get another policy or what
Correct.
have you. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. But I'm thinking with the mortgage protection, that's in place for the life of the loan. Is that correct?
That's correct. But you all the same thing with the mortgage protection. There is
Okay.
a term limit with that mortgage protection. Some
Okay.
get it for 20 years, some get it for 15 years, some get it for 30. But it's the same scenario when
Oh,
if something happens or at the end of that term, the policy goes away.
wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
if we have what they call a conversion,
Mm-hmm.
meaning if you don't convert that policy into a whole life policy within a certain amount of time, and that depends on the company that you're going with, uh,
Okay.
then you can find yourself in some trouble.
Wow.
Yes.
That is something. That's good. We had to, of course, schedule a conversation with that one, but
Now
I
The IUL is it also does the same thing, but the IUL is like a whole life policy and
okay.
a term life policy or mortgage protection jammed together. So you get the
Nice.
whole life and the term life at a more affordable price. And it also helps you with your retirement, especially for self-employed.
What?
Yes,
Okay.
especially for self-employed homeowners that don't have a 401k or a Roth IRA. That's where your IULs come in and can make you a very rich person.
Wow. Okay. You all heard it's something to think about, for my self-employed people out there, or just looking to get a product that can do multiple things.
Mhm.
That sounds like that's a way to go. So, can you share with us some real life situations where mortgage protection could or have made a difference in a family's life?
Absolutely. Like I said, I've been doing this for 22 years. So
Mm,
there have been cases. I had a case back in, I think it was 2012, if I'm not
mhm,
mistaken, that this father, he had a car accident.
mm,
So he became disabled, but he had mortgage protection.
nice.
With that mortgage protection, he had what we call a disability rider.
Mhm,
With that disability rider that is in that mortgage protection, which is the living benefit,
mhm.
the mortgage was able to continue to be paid while he was getting himself together, while he was disabled. So that's so important when we're talking about mortgage protection. You have to get any type of mortgage protection or term life policy that we're talking about. If
Mhm.
somebody tries to sell you one of those policies and it does not include living benefits, run,
Okay.
run. That's one case. Another case where I remember moving a little bit forward. This was in 2020, I believe it was. Yeah, 2020. Young lady, she got cancer.
Mm.
Yes, God rest her soul.
Oh,
But she had living benefits. She had that critical and terminal illness benefit, that living benefit within her policy. So the mortgage was able to continue to be paid while
mhm.
she was going through her radiation, while she was going
Wow.
through her chemo, and she was a single mother. So the children, they still have the home because smart enough she was smart enough to
Yeah.
and educated enough to know that I need these living benefits, that I need this mortgage protection, that I need this term life and policy
Mhm.
with these living benefits to it. And
Mhm.
the difference is she had the term life policy, and this is something that I say to a lot of your listeners as well. Get a will.
Yes.
I cannot say that loud enough. Get a will.
Yes.
What the mortgage protection will do is it will pay the mortgage off, but after you're done with the mortgage, you have nothing, depending on the coverage that you have. With
Okay.
a term life policy, you can do what you want to with the money. So
Mhm.
you can put half on the mortgage if you choose to, and still have some to live off of until you can get yourself acclimated to being without that income.
Right. Right. Mm.
So with a will, you're able to tell what you want to do with
Mhm.
that financial benefit, whether I want the mortgage paid or I want the money to go directly to my beneficiary so they can decide what they want to do with the money. Because think
Yes.
about it, not everybody wants to keep the house
Right.
after death.
Yeah.
So those are some questions that you have to kind of ask yourself.
Yeah. And I like what you said, the beauty of the mortgage protection. The house can be paid off,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
So if you have the home and you don't want to keep it,
Mm-hmm.
you can sell it, or it can become an investment property for the
Absolutely.
family, or whatever
Absolutely.
the case may be. So you have options.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's a blessing. So if you, who would you say need to be thinking about this? Like first time home buyers, people that already have a home, like who do you say should look at this product?
All of the above. If
Okay.
if you are an investor, if you are a homeowner, if
Mm.
you are a first time home buyer, if you are young and looking to buy a home or already in a home, if you are seasoned, I won't say old, but
That's right.
but if you are seasoned and you are getting ready to enter into retirement, yes, that's where mortgage protection or
Yeah.
term insurance comes into play. But I say if you're a young homeowner, that is the best time to invest into a mortgage protection policy because you're young,
Mhm.
you're healthy, you don't have to deal with a lot of underwriting issues.
Mm.
The younger you are, the better the premium is going to be.
Okay.
The healthier you are, the better the premium is going to be. If you're a non-smoker, all of these things, all of these factors play into how affordable and how cheap your
Mm.
hate to say the word cheap, but you know, it all of those factors depend on how much premium you're paying on a monthly basis.
Yes, yes. Okay, awesome. So from what you've been seeing in
Mhm.
your time in serving, what is one common mistake that people make when it comes to protecting their home and their family?
They don't think they need it.
Mm.
You'd be surprised at some clients that I go see, and I'm at an age now and at a time in my career
Mhm.
that I don't have time to convince you that you need life mortgage protection. You have insurance on your home, or
Mhm.
you have insurance on your car rather. You have insurance on your phone. Why would you not insure or protect your home or your family?
Yeah.
why why would you take the risk of not having a foundation or protection if something were to happen to you? And I say this respectfully, but what kind of man would I be
Mhm.
if I did not insure my income, insure my life, insure my property?
Yeah.
Because if something happens to my income, you have to ask the question, can my wife sustain her way of living
Mm.
that she has been provided without my income? And that could work either way, male or female.
That's true.
Some male have to ask the same question: can I still live this life of whatever luxury or whatever it is without my wife's income? So we
Yeah.
have to, affordability is another thing that people kind of get misinformation about. They think it's expensive. It's not as expensive as people think it is.
Yeah.
But again, we have to ask the question: is the premium expensive as opposed to not having coverage at all?
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting here thinking about what you were saying about people. Some people think they don't need it, and the first group that came to mind sometimes is the younger population. Because, like you said, I am healthy. I can work. There's nothing wrong with me, so I don't need to pay that few extra right now.
Correct.
But if you look at it in this day and time, young, just like old, are dying. They're getting
Absolutely.
sick, cancer, heart attacks at young ages,
Absolutely.
stroke. We don't, plan for any of those things to happen
Mhm,
to us, but it's
mhm.
happening. It's happening. And so that's just something that, we have to consider. No, I don't ever want to have, a heart attack or anything like that, but who's to say
Correct.
that I won't?
Correct.
My husband, he did have one in 2019. We never planned for it. He's a great state of health, exercises, all of those things. And the
Mhm,
doctor
mhm.
still just couldn't figure out how in the world he has no cholesterol issues or anything. So it's just things you don't plan for that can happen
Correct.
in life. And that's what insurance is all about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, down to and the young man that just drowned,
Mm.
19 years old. on his way to college. And I
Yeah.
hate to use him as an example,
Prayers to the family. Yeah.
but we, as you say, accidents happen. We travel so much,
Yeah.
and people are driving like they just don't have right good doggone sense. I'm sorry. I'm tearing up my English right now, but
It's true.
people they understand. We are taking unnecessary risk,
Yeah.
and unless you know of some type of contract that you are able to sign with God to say, I'm going to live until I'm 85, 90, or whatever,
Don't have it.
you are not exempt from having an accident. You're not exempt from having a heart attack, stroke, cancer, or whatever.
Mm.
You don't plan for these things. They happen.
Yeah.
So we especially in our community, we have to be diligent about educating our people about these things. Now,
Yeah.
you can't make anybody, you can't make them, but you can educate them
It's true.
to make them ask the question.
And I know it's a heavy topic that people just don't like to talk about, death or anything like
Mhm.
that. But it's something we have to talk about and bring to
We
the table because we see a lot of, what is it, GoFundMe accounts and different things like that.
correct.
Um, you know, we gotta do it.
Yes,
Um,
it's sad that people don't think about insurance until it's too late.
yeah,
Until
yeah,
it's too late, and we just have to do that.
yeah. I remember when I was younger, my mother, she used to talk about, I got to go pay for my burial insurance. I'm like,
Mhm.
Mom, I don't want to talk about that.
Right, right.
Anything like that. I don't want to think that way. But she was like, well, you have to do that because one day it will come a time and you
Exactly.
don't want to leave that burden on your family.
Correct.
So it's something to think about when it comes to your home as well, too. When that income is gone,
Hmm.
then what? Then you're looking at 3 months behind, foreclosure, losing the property,
Correct.
trying to find somewhere else to go. But if
Absolutely.
that protection was in place, you wouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah.
And
Because life happens.
it's crazy, but I have to I put it to my clients in a way that they can understand. You can eat a hamburger, which is that premium that you're paying
Uh
monthly,
huh.
but you can't eat a cow. Which one?
Okay. Yeah. I had never heard it that way.
Well, I mean, think about it. That cow is that mortgage
Yeah.
or that funeral that
Mm.
you have to pay for if you are not protected.
Wow.
I would much rather eat that cow in hamburgers.
That's true. It's much better that way.
one hamburger at a
That's
time.
right. Wow. That is awesome. So, our time is drawing nigh, but before we wrap up, I just want to ask you if you could please let everyone know how they can contact you or follow you or connect with the Blessed Insurance Group.
Okay.
And also, if there's one thing that you want people to take away from today's conversation, what would that be?
Well, you can reach me. My phone number is 252-432-2746. You can go to my Facebook page, Blessed Insurance Group, or my personal page, Kit Ernest Kit Kittrell, or you can also email me at Ernest at blessedinsuranceGroup.com. Also, you can go to my website, www.blessedinsuranceGroup.com. And if
Awesome.
there was one thing that I would want your listeners to know is don't wait. Don't gamble.
Mm.
Don't say, I'll do it next month. Don't say, I'll get it next year, because tomorrow is not promised.
True.
It's not promised, especially if you are a homeowner. Owning a home is probably one of the biggest and most important purchases you will ever make. Insure it. Ensure your family has somewhere to go if something were to happen to you.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you. And if you have any announcements or upcoming events or anything else that you'd like to share, feel free to do that before we close out.
Uh, don't have any events, or I don't do a lot of events. Like I said, I've been doing this for 22 years, so I get a lot of referrals, and I
Okay.
thank God for those referrals,
Yes.
um, which tells me that I'm doing something right in this business, and I'm doing it with integrity, and I'm doing it with God first, so He
Right.
continues to bless.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. And before we close out, I want to remind our listeners that the Real with Rena drops every month. So if you have not had the chance to go back and watch some of our previous conversations, now listen. Some of the first videos might be a little rough as we learn how to maneuver this technology, but that's part of the journey. With growth, we get better, right? So come back, let me know what resonated with you, what helped you, or what made you think a little bit differently. Because that's what the Real with Rena is all about: real conversations, real people, and real solutions. Thank you. And until next time, you all be blessed and have an amazing, amazing day. Thank you, Mr. Ernest.
God bless you all.